Hey, girly pop, welcome back to Her Nature, the podcast where we talk about living a life is worth the living, a life that's worth living in these serious times that we're going through. I really have been thinking lately with everything that is happening in our crazy world about how we need to have more fun. Does it sound a little bit privileged of me? Perhaps. And I don't give a shit. As somebody who has been very hyper vigilant and serious and driven, I have at times taken fun out of my life so much to where it's like, why is life worth living? Okay, I think a lot of us do that, especially with how serious things feel these days. But what I definitely do know is that when I'm an old lady on my deathbed, I hope I'm not in a hospital. I always think about that. Like, I hope that I can just die at home peacefully in my little cottage under a linen blanket with some warm tea by my side. But in that moment, I don't want to be thinking about how I wish that I would have had more fun. That would be so sad. Now I'm getting serious. Okay, I'm going to bring it up. We're having fun, okay? Nobody's on their deathbed wishing that they were more serious. They're wishing that they had more fun. And I feel like these days we're taking in more information than ever before. And when we're going through it, we like dissect it. We watch all these videos online about it. We read up on it. We're like going to church and like worshiping and crying. And we're like, these girlies are charging their moon water and like manifesting. I love it. I mean, I love all of this stuff. It's great to be serious sometimes. But dare I say, after all of the therapy and breaking it down and processing, is the pain and the hard parts of life really ever going to go away or be solved? No. I do think that having a life and having fun and getting out of your head is equivalent, if not better, than years and years of therapy. And if you're somebody who is locked in and you're goal oriented, I do believe that you need even more fun because it helps us recharge. It helps us have perspective and it helps us do our work even better than we normally would. We're not meant as women to just be focused on working out all these problems and building our goals. Those are masculine tendencies. Women who are regularly prioritizing themselves, they're engaging in hobbies, and they're not so stressed out all the time, they are happier. They're a better example for their children. They're better to work with. They are a better friend. There's been this debate online recently about how nobody wants to show up to your friend's birthday anymore. Like, if your friend is having a dinner party for their birthday, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm too busy. I'm tired after my week. I'm sorry, I won't make it. And it's like, what happened to, I don't care what you have to do. Show up to your friend's fucking birthday. Let's bring that back. Let's have some fun. Let's make time for play, for being a little freaky, for enjoying ourselves, and for being a little wild, because us women are naturally wild. We live better when we're in a state of flow. And as an ambitious woman, I do think that ambition is so beautiful as a woman. I love having rights. I love being able to vote. I love being able to own a business. But I do think that I have thought that if you're ambitious, you need to be serious. You can't be both. I used to think that you can't be fun and succeed in life. If you want it, if you want to make your goals happen, you have to lock in. Nobody will take you seriously if you're a woman having a good time. And I'm learning more and more that that's just not true. People actually love to support women who are in their energy. They're feeling their body. They're having fun. They're enjoying pleasure. I've grown up really fast. I was always that ambitious, like studious, oldest daughter archetype. And I was so focused on my future all through my childhood, my young adulthood. And when I was in college, I went backpacking for the first time. And it's like, I literally had no option to be on my phone. I had no option to think about my future and my goals. I thought that I was just tired from work, but then when I was there, I felt so energized. It's funny how I feel like my body was starving for play. And I do think that oftentimes as women, we think that we're too tired to show up for our friend's birthday. We're not going to have the energy. We're not going to be our best self. But it's like, what if it's those things? What if it's fun that gives us the energy to show up? We really think that if we're hitting it hard in one area of life, that we're just unable to show up in others. And it's like, what about showing up to the birthday party, not really feeling your best, but having a drink and laughing with your friends? And then by the time that you go home, you are like so energized and feeling like your cup is full because you had some fun social time just for you, for enjoyment, not to make money, not to propel yourself forward, but just to live life. We treat play like it is just for kids. And how fucking boring is that? Like, I don't even remember a lot of my childhood. And I think that's a universal experience for a lot of adults. And then we have our own kids and we feel like we have an excuse to like play with them and actually go to the park again. We can finally do crafts again. And then when they move out, we have like an identity crisis. And this is why people have midlife crises, because they have no touch to children anymore. They have no connection to that childlike experience in their life. So they don't give themselves permission to embody that on their own. And I do think that we do have the capacity to do that. We have the capacity to blast music at 9 a.m. and dance around our kitchen. We have the capacity to go hang out with a girlfriend or invite them over after work on a Tuesday. Play is so healthy for us. It recalibrates our nervous system. It brings everything down. It makes us so much more calm and go with the flow. It releases endorphins and it lowers our cortisol levels. And ladies, this is the reason why we have so many gut issues, hormonal issues as women, mental health issues, because we're not doing the proactive step of meeting our needs that are in our nature, of being social, enjoying life, being present, having fun. And it leads to all these issues that create chronic illness and bring us into the emergency room years down the road. I was listening to a Mel Robbins episode yesterday while I was gardening, and there was this lady on who was a doctor, and she was saying that whenever someone had like a heart attack or, you know, a serious condition that brought them into the emergency room, the doctor would ask them, like, what was it in your life that has led to this? Not this moment of like maybe overdosing or something, but like what led to you getting to this point? And almost always the patient knew exactly what it was. It was stress from one thing or another. And so it's like, how can we reverse engineer this and look at like what is stressing us the fuck out and fix it and have fun? It isn't just this selfish thing that we do in our free time. It is literally proactive healthcare. It's preventative support for our whole mind, body, spirit. And when you're in a state of play and having fun throughout your week, you are able to look at life from a bird's eye view. You're able to experience creativity, solve problems so much easier. When you're so in the weeds with stress, there's no way that you can navigate decision making. Being outside, having fun, doing things that you enjoy, crafting, painting, whatever it may be, it's a natural regulator. It makes us less reactive. When we feel like we're having fun and our cup is full, we don't feel so responsive. Like when someone flips us off when we're driving, we can just kind of laugh at them because we're listening to our favorite music and we're finding our happiness in our day. We're biologically designed to have fun as women, especially. These men are designed to go to fucking work. Go out and hunt something, okay? But we're not designed for that as women. We are designed for joy and pleasure and nurturing, and not in this like servant type of way, like a trad wife, like just serving everybody around us. It's nurturing ourselves. It is making ourselves so safe and comfortable that we're able to serve others with happiness, with space, and with joy. I feel like for me, being in nature especially is such a comfortable playground to have fun. It like wakes up your senses. It makes you more connected to your experiences, and you feel like your mind isn't spiraling as much. And it's just like the movement and the fresh air and the sunlight. This is what we are made for as girls. It's not entertainment. This is something that I think we mistake fun for often, is entertainment. Watching my show is my fun. A lot of people say it's like, no, that is not fun. That is distraction. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, actually, it is fun. I love watching The Bachelorette and eating popcorn. Of course, like that's an enjoyable experience. But as far as like charging up your body's flow, bringing you back to your human nature, it needs to be something that is remembering who we are as women, touching our nature just a little bit, even if it's dancing in the kitchen, building a little craft, cooking a meal. These things are hands-on, they're tactile. They are a way to shake off our stress. Watching TV is a way to compartmentalize and disassociate from our stress, but is it actually bringing us back into our body? No. There's been times in my life where I am just so focused on work, I am not proactively taking time for myself, and it isn't cute. I crash out, I burn out, and play helps the ambitious woman who works a lot so much because number one, it teaches us things. It teaches us like how to be resilient, how to problem solve, how to be adaptable in certain types of situations. But again, it just makes us feel so much more grounded. It makes us feel more clear when we go do something that makes us excited. Go karting or go on a run. Go have a tea party and try something new that you've never eaten before. Like these small things make us so much more in tune with our body so that when we go into these more masculine spaces of having to show up in a regulated way and make sound decisions, we feel connected to that. I just feel like play makes so much more sense for us as women. Like we have so much information these days about gaslighting and narcissism and childhood trauma and just all of these buzzwords where we've never had this much access to information before. We used to have to rely on our heart, our intuition, our emotions as women. We weren't like inundated with all of these books that we're buying on Amazon and shorts that we're watching on YouTube and TikToks of interviews with therapists. It's overwhelming. It's like, how do we actually determine what is in alignment for us when we are overwhelming ourselves with like this mental health speak? I love therapy and I love just like spilling everything to my therapist. But I do think that sometimes it can be detrimental to outsource our intuition and our heart to someone else. It can be detrimental to watch all these documentaries and read all of these articles by doctors and specialists when it's like, this is our life. As women, we know what our spirit is telling us if we take time to regulate, enjoy life, and listen. And if you believe in God, I do, He does speak to us. And He does give us a compass in our heart to lead us to our calling. Women struggle with play because we are taught so much to focus on growth, to be a good girl, and to be productive, to be responsible, to be a good example. All of these things are drilled into us from such a young age. You need to be efficient. You need to be of servitude. You need to help everybody else. And then we internalize it. We think that fun is selfish or irresponsible. It's taught to us that if we're not serious, if we're not intimidating, if we're not locked in, we will lose any opportunity to enjoy life. But life and fun is enjoyed by choosing it in every moment, or at least in every day. It is a lifeline to a life that isn't just fulfilled, but functional. We see people all the time who don't make any time for fun and they actually can't function at a certain point, especially women. We're taught to like give to our kids, give to our husbands, give to our families, give to our communities, give to our elders, give to the babies. It's like, when do we get to give to ourselves? How can we set an example for the kids in our life that you can take care of you even as an adult? It's not that when you're a kid, all the adults take care of you, and then when you're an adult, you take care of the kids and that's it. We need to be teaching our children that they are the main character of their story, not ours. We're here to support them, but we're our own people too. Fun does not need to be expensive. It doesn't need to be something that you do all the time. It doesn't make you a loser to have fun. It doesn't make you selfish. Okay, it can literally be choosing to have your lunch outside instead of doom scrolling in your cubicle. It can be choosing to make plans to go on a walk with a friend this weekend. Okay, it's open to everybody. Let yourself remember your own nature and enjoy your fucking life. It is so short. We are just so focused on the next step. We're so focused on producing. Not to be a conspiracy theorist on this podcast, that's not what this is about. But these billionaires and corporations, politicians, they want the everyday person to be in a constant state of hypervigilance. They want us to be so locked into survival and growth and hoping that we can maybe get there one day, that we're not even recognizing the beauty around us and questioning what actually matters. We can enjoy life. We can have fun. It's like really rare these days to meet somebody who truly loves their life and has fun and has like a light inside of them. And we're all trying to figure out what to do to get to that state, whether it's church or therapy or reading more, working more, alcohol, all of these different ways that we're all trying to navigate. How do I find this joy and this fun and presence when Ladies, we can do that right now. No matter what our circumstances look like, we can find a little bit of joy and fun right now. Let's do that. Especially as an ambitious girl who wants to like make all of her dreams happen, it's hard to just be able to have fun. And I don't think that it needs to mean you're slowing down. Okay, it's making time for fun, like actual fun, not rest, but doing things that bring you joy and happiness and make you excited. We do so much like working, grinding, mothering, being a good friend, serving everybody. And then the other half, I feel like today is focused on resting. Make sure you get your rest. Go get a massage, take a nap. Make sure you get long sleep. So you got to do your face mask at night and wind down. It's like, where's the fun? People don't go dancing. They don't go out with their friends anymore. They don't go to events. They don't go out on like fun date nights or road trips and all of these things that actually make life worth living, baby. You deserve to do more than work and rest. You deserve that. You deserve to feel so abundant. You deserve to get cracked. You deserve to dance and scream and sing. Let's bring this back. Let's bring this high energy fun back. It makes us so much more aligned in everything else. It makes life worth living. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much for listening. I want to hear how you're having some fun. So send me a DM or leave a comment and let me know how you are incorporating some fun into your week this week, even if it's small. See you in the next episode.